Good day, everyone. I hope you guys are having a great weekend and a good start to your Saturday, because we certainly are. We're ready. We got some Dota for you guys. It's going to be hype, and I'm your host, Super Tramp, and we've got a best of three upper bracket match for you guys. It is going to be Sector 17 Grim versus Sector 17 Underdogs, and I've got Crispy Nanas with me. We are going to hype up the cast for you guys. We're going to bring you that action, and we are going to see who is going to continue their upper bracket run. And yeah, it's going to be a good one. Shout out to our sponsors, Tech and Rebel Gaming, putting up amazing prizes, doing awesome giveaways. They've both got amazing Black Friday deals, so check them out on Facebook, check out their websites. They've got amazing stuff for you guys, so check them out, show them some love. And yeah, that's finetech.co.za and rebelgaming.co.za. Yeah, so with that, Crispy, how's your weekend going? Are you amped?
Hey, Super Jam. Weekend's going all right. But it's better now that it's Dota time.
Yeah, indeed. I'm ready. This is an upper bracket match. I'm game.
Yeah, I mean we seen two teams, two teams from the same clan type of thing,
Yeah.
Sector 17. So I'm it's not just a battle for whoever goes carries on the upper bracket. It's also that how can I say that that rivalry between the different clans.
Yeah,
So who's good
100%.
bragging rights?
Yeah, a bit of an in organization rivalry.
Yes.
So it's gonna be interesting. I think I agree with you there. It's gonna it's more than just the upper bracket matches. They want to show that they need to be on top.
Yeah, no,
Um,
definitely.
and I think it's gonna be a good match.
Yeah, no, I'm expecting it to be a good match. So yeah, I'm interested to see if you're going to see some if you're going to see any like new strats or new heroes possibly.
Oh yeah, no, I think we're gonna see some interesting stuff today, Crispy.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I hope so.
Awesome stuff. Sorry, I do just need to actually upload the versus screen.
Oop.
But yeah, let me do that. Cool. It's done. It's done. Uh, awesome stuff. Yeah, so this match should be starting in the next couple of minutes. We are just waiting for one more player to join up. But yeah, guys, this is an upper bracket match. It is going to be a best of three. So teams can strat, figure stuff out, and yeah, figure out what they want to be doing in this game. And it's going to be interesting. We've seen some crazy players coming from
Oh,
the teams
yeah.
in this tournament so far, and
Wow.
I think we're only scratching the surface of what these teams
Yeah.
have got. I mean, from what I've heard, the teams are putting in the hours in the practice.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we have. I mean, it's still reasonably early into this tournament. But we have seen some amazing Dota from the team so far. I mean, we had a couple of games that's been going over an hour long already. Those games with this back and forth action, and you really just can't pick a winner out of those teams until unfortunately, someone makes a crucial mistake and kind of maybe just costs them the game a little bit. But
Yeah.
nonetheless, it was still great games. I mean, wow, it's been a crazy first couple of games so far.
Yeah, no, it has been, and this is this is an interesting tournament in that it's completely different format to what we're used to seeing.
Mm,
You normally it's our group stages into knockouts and semis and stuff like that. This is
yeah.
completely different. I mean, we've got the amateur bracket and the open bracket still,
Mm,
but these teams are now playing in a double elimination tournament. So what that means is you've got an upper bracket which everyone starts in, and if you lose a match, you go down to the lower bracket.
yeah.
And then in that lower bracket is where if you lose that, you do fall out.
Mm,
But yeah, that's why teams are very keen on winning these matches. Staying in the upper bracket pushes you so much further down the line to
yeah.
get to that finals.
Yes. No, but it must also, yeah. I mean, it's always having that being on top of the on the upper bracket, running that. But there's also a lot of pressure on that, like on those teams to try to maintain a spot in the upper bracket and try to make their way
Mm,
to the finals. And
100%.
then you get that pressure, and unfortunately, some teams might just succumb to that pressure, fall to the lower bracket, and just because of that alone might just knock you out completely. So Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not an easy ride. Just being on the open at the top of the bracket and just like I'm first in the
Yeah.
bracket. Woo! It's a lot of pressure for these teams. I can imagine.
100%. But yeah, so it's interesting, and I think if you do get knocked down to the low bracket, I mean, you can easily make it, all the way through the tournament. You just got to,
Yes.
it's a bit of a grind, but
Mm.
those teams get in the most practice at the end of the day.
Oh, definitely.
I
Oh,
mean,
definitely.
you're playing quite a few more matches,
Mm.
but yeah, it's certainly interesting.
Yeah, no, no, definitely. But yeah, I'm still super keen for this tournament. At the moment, how it stands, like all these teams are are super strong.
Hmm.
I don't think I've seen any team that's like weak. That that don't that seem out of place in the tournament. Everybody's just being given it 100%, and you can see some of these teams we saw from the last tournament. You can see they have been putting the effort in and practice, and it's like they're completely new teams coming into
100%.
this tournament. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, we've seen quite a lot of new teams sign up for the tournament,
Mm,
so that's been interesting. We're seeing a whole different outlook on some of the meta because obviously there was a bit of a meta in the last tournament,
mm.
but that's changing. That's changing. We saw an IO. I mean, that was not picked in the previous tournament as a
No,
hero,
definitely not.
and I
Yeah,
think it
she's
was Casual Gaming's first game they did that.
wow. Wow. I mean, you gotta be brave. You gotta be brave and very comfortable on IO.
Yeah, go big or go home.
That's very true.
Or
That's
go big
very
or go to
true.
lower bracket, I suppose, more relevant.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but if go big, doesn't work out, just don't ever play IO again.
Or just spend a lot of pubs playing IO and just figure it out. I mean, I can play IO just, it's such a big difference playing it in a competitive format.
It is. It's not just that hero anymore that like you. I mean, a lot of people are playing him differently now. I mean, ever since um, OG used him as a carry and all that. I mean, a lot of people be trying that, and some people get it to work, some people don't. I don't know. It's it's just complicated the way to play Iron now. There's different ways to play now.
100%. It does look like we do have the last player in the lobby, so we should be good to get this underway. Alrighty. Let's just confirm that they are ready, and yeah, let's get into it. This is Sector 17
Yeah.
versus Sector 17, which is quite something. Obviously, these are two teams under the same organization, so it's technically Grim versus Underdogs.
Yeah. So yeah, you can expect the bragging rights coming out of this game. I'm sure there's going to be some friendly banter afterwards.
Yeah, 100%. It looks like we have kicked off with the coin toss. Underdogs did win that coin toss, so they'll get to choose Radiant Dire or second or first pick. Um, yeah, so it's almost in this game, and we're just gonna wait. It looks like they are just actually need a couple seconds here.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, Underdogs have chosen second pick, and Grim have chosen Radiant. Awesome stuff.
Yeah. Let's go.
Let's just see. There was a call from one of the players to just have a few moments. Alrighty, okay. It looks like the team's are ready. We're going to be jumping into this match. It's going to be awesome. Let me just run that versus screen. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are just connecting to this match. It looks like we into this. It is the draft. So best of luck to these teams, and let's see who can come out on top.
Yeah, definitely. Let's get into this first draft. I'm curious to see what these two teams are gonna. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure more or less since they've been in the same organization, they see each other play and kind of know a little bit of each other's strats and all that. So I'm keen to see if they're gonna stick to those strats or they can change things up, knowing that the other team is part of the same organization.
Yeah, look, it's going to be interesting. I think they'll stick to what they know. It's a bit of a challenge trying out something maybe that's a bit too new. But we'll see what these teams go for. It looks like we're seeing some interesting bands so far.
Wow.
Obviously, the Snapfire is a good one. I'm super for that.
But that's an interesting ban on the Venge though. We haven't even seen Venge be banned, picked or anything.
We did see Venge picked, I think once.
don't remember.
but it hasn't
Oh,
been
okay.
super popular. It hasn't
Yeah,
it hasn't been,
definitely.
you know, a top pick, but it is actually a good hero.
Mm,
You know, obviously it provides that physical damage, which seems to be quite strong in this meta.
mm.
But also just straight good utility. I mean,
Yeah,
swap, stun, obviously minus armor is very good
yes,
with the
definitely.
wave. So
Oh, awesome. Right, we'll see what Sector 17, well, Sector Grim, should I say, pick up first. And they're going to go with the Tusk. Tusk.
all right, I like that. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Tusk personally. I
I
love
don't know.
that hero.
But Tusk is annoying to play against.
He's annoying to play against, and I think the way they've remodeled him in terms of having tag team and all that is
Mm,
so nice. Like the
yeah.
sigil, I played him a lot when he still had sigil, frozen
Yes.
sigil, and that was just, I mean, it was good. It was a good spell, but it was just, you know, it was taxing on the brain to like,
Mm,
you know, use it effectively. You know, tag team is
yeah.
just straight up better in my opinion.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I like his abilities and all that.
Mm.
Don't get me wrong. I've played a couple of good games with Tusk and all that. I do also like the sigil's been removed and all that. But so we'll
Oh,
see Grimstroke coming from Underdogs now.
I got a bit of a disconnect
Um,
there. So what was picked there?
Grimstroke.
Oh, alrighty,
Yeah, we got a
alrighty.
Grimstroke.
Okay, so
People
cheeky
sticking
stuff.
with that Grimstroke. I mean, Grimstroke's been working like beautifully.
Mm.
I don't think I haven't seen any team not pick Grimstroke yet. It's
Yeah.
just one. I think it's probably by far the most popular pick so far in this tournament.
I think you're right. Even in the previous tournament, I mean, that was something. But Oracle's a good hero as well that we've seen quite a lot of.
Oh yeah, the past couple of games I see with Oracle, Oracle's been making some amazing saves on the carries, and not
Mm.
just the carry. I mean, wherever it can. I mean, the saves coming through. Like, if someone can play Oracle, if it's a good Oracle, you can expect a lot of saves coming through, and like
Yeah.
the heals and everything, all that burst damage. That's crazy. That's crazy for a hero.
Yeah, 100% right. And in fact, I kind of like it against Grimstroke as well. You know, I think, you know, you can magic disarm, you can obviously dispel stuff.
Yeah.
Funny enough, you can't dispel the silence from Grimstroke.
No,
So that's
unfortunately not.
kind of annoying. But
Oh,
yeah,
Axe.
I mean,
Oh, are
that's
we gonna see?
good.
Are we
That's a
gonna see
good
the
pick.
double dunk?
Well, not just the double dunk, you could dunk people when Oracle ults them.
Oh, and that's true. Yes, that's so
Yeah.
true.
So that's a bit of a
Yes.
yikes coming from
Ooh.
the Oracle, but you know, obviously it is Axe. You can still
Yeah.
counter it. It's not
Mm-hmm.
uncounterable. But yeah, I mean, Inksworn and Axe. I mean, that's
Oh,
also
yeah. No, that
pretty.
works.
That's pretty rough.
I played that in. I played that before with with Grimshock in your lane. It's kind of a good combo. It's crazy to deal.
Yeah. Oh man, but funny enough, they do ban out the Drow. That was one of the heroes I was thinking that could potentially
Mm,
deal with the Axe just because of the
yeah.
range,
Yeah.
and obviously the
Well.
slow.
Mm-hmm. Always see Sven ban as well, which I'm happy with. I'm
Mm.
actually, Sven is just overpowered at the moment. He's just as crazy as soon as he gets his axe, it's like he becomes unstoppable.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
100%. I think you're right. But I mean, it doesn't leave them with much options on their own side. There looks like there is
Mm,
going to be a Bloodseeker banned out.
mm,
Um, I think Bloodseeker's alright. I don't know if I would have picked it this game. Obviously they don't have enough control potentially for
yeah,
him, but um, you know,
it's still early. It's
yeah,
still early in the draft. I mean, you'll probably be seeing maybe they decide to go with the core pickups now, or
yeah.
yeah, you probably
I
see.
mean, you know, I would be worried if I was 617 Grim here that something like a Lycan's going to come out.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
because
yeah.
Bloodseeker is very good against that. Obviously, Pugton's not
Mm,
bad. And Lycan is just going to run through a Tusk and an Oracle. And,
mm.
you know, one of the best counters is just Bloodseeker. He ulties, you ulti him. Done.
Yeah,
Like,
you basically you can't. I
yeah.
mean, in wolf form, you can't run with Rapture on you. You're gonna die so
You will
quickly.
die within a couple seconds. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you run way too fast for that kind of
Yeah.
extra stuff. And in fact, we see a lifestealer being banned out. That kind of telegraphs that they might not be going for the Lycan.
Ooh. Yeah, no, so
Yeah.
they go for the Juggernaut. They go for the Juggernaut pickup, which
Alrighty.
is it's not a bad pickup. I like the Juggernaut.
Mm.
It can provide a lot of damage, especially late game with an item or two. But I see that ban at the PL as well. The Sector 70 Grim banning at the PL. I'm not 100% sure. It's weird because I haven't seen the PL be picked up or banned either yet. So I'm not quite sure what they want to go for. Sector 70 Grim.
Yeah. 100%. I kind of like, just from looking at this Juggernaut pick, I like it as well. I think Grimstroke is another good pairing with that core,
Mm.
that kind of a
Hmm.
core. Spin with Inkswell, disgusting.
Yeah.
Gavin, please fix. Um, uh, but yeah, they need to deal with this. So they have something that already stops Spin TP though in the Tusk. The Tusk is very good at that.
Yes.
Um, and obviously Oracle can stop someone dying from Omni Slash, but they don't have great ways of actually killing him right now.
No.
So
But
they need to be
they've got
thinking
a
about
lot of
that.
ways to stop his axis abilities. I mean,
Yeah,
you got the Tusk Ball that can to save someone out of a call, potential dunk and all that. You got
yeah,
Oracle that can save someone. Well, actually, not actually, because it goes through the the Oracle ulti. So,
yeah,
but with Tusk, you can expect. We kind of can expect Tusk to do, try to do that, to be that to play the saves the heroes out of the call.
yeah. Look,
But we'll have to see.
they've got a lot of save on their side, and they just
Mm.
picked up a core that has essentially a save on his own
Yeah.
toolkit, and I kind of like that against Juggernaut and Axe, because they are heroes that just burst a hero down.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, yeah, it's
but
true because I mean, you expecting with the Wraith King with a double life, you can expect the Wraith King to get a little bit tanky later on, which kind of forces Juggernaut and everyone else you use their abilities on his first life.
mm,
And after that, it could just crumble. But you know what? I might just work with the Queen of Pain. Yeah.
oof.
Yeah, that's a bit rough. That's a bit rough.
I mean, I'm liking Wraith King more here.
Mm.
But I mean, Oracle's gonna have a shit game. Sorry for the language. I don't.
You
I
just
don't.
said how it is.
Yeah,
That's
I
just
don't
how
think
it is.
there's any other way I can sugarcoat that. Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
it's just
Oracle's
not
gonna
gonna
have.
be a good game.
Yeah, Oracle's gonna have a rough game. This is gonna be one poor Oracle.
Like normally Oracle's there to save a hero. I think Tusk is gonna have to save Oracle.
Yeah, yeah.
That's if Oracle can survive the initial burst. I think Queen's gonna
Yeah, I don't know.
is gonna have a
Yeah,
yeah.
Queen of Pain jumps on the Oracle. He's pretty much dead. He's either gonna force to use his ulti on himself, which is gonna leave one of his other heroes vulnerable, or he's just gonna melt straight away, straight off
Yeah.
the bat.
I mean, Axe and Juggernaut can do the same against Oracle. I
Yeah,
mean, there's three cores right now that can kill Oracle almost
yeah,
immediately.
no,
Um,
definitely. We see a Viper. Ooh, I like Viper. I like the Viper pick.
I do as well. They've got
I like the
two
Viper.
cores that rely quite heavily on their passives.
Yeah, I
Obviously,
like it.
Quap in the laning phase, I think Viper does all right.
Yeah.
But Quap should be able to outscale a Viper, I'd say.
Mm.
Especially
I
if the
don't know.
Viper's going down magical damage.
Yeah, but I mean, Viper with that, with that poison, was it poison attack?
Yeah, poison.
That also provides so much damage, and especially over time. So
Mm.
I would say Viper might have the slight upper hand in lane. I could be
Yeah.
wrong. Yeah, this is going on, just going on my
No,
my thoughts.
you're 100%. In fact, one of the ways that Viper wins this matchup is with the passive, Nether Toxin. Because,
Yes.
every time Queen of Pain tries to harass the Viper, it just goes straight onto Queen of Pain, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, a Viper just has the tools to deal with, the damage coming from Queen of Pain. He's got his passive, with the damage return. He's got the Nether Toxin. He's got the poison attack. Even the Viper Strike could potentially be a great tool against a squad to slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like we do see that the Necro, Underdogs are expecting them to put the Viper in the off lane potentially, which should be interesting. But I do think that Viper's probably mid.
You would say this Queen of Pain was mid at Grim and Sector17 Grim are banning out mid heroes, so
well,
maybe.
yeah, I mean they have options here, but I mean I would say reasonably comfortably that those are probably
I would say Underdogs still need actually a second, another support. They kind of need fourth position.
Maybe they're running the pause for
Queen
Queen.
of Pain. Yeah, maybe Queen of Pain goes fourth.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Look, they don't have lockdown. That is one thing they don't have is lockdown. So that,
yes.
And I mean, if Wraith King just pops off, it's going to be, good luck kiting him. And the same with Viper as well. But yeah, so they ban up PA there. I think they've kind of realized that the Viper might be going mid. In fact, wow, okay.
Wow.
The day tapper doesn't want to or isn't able to cast this match.
Can't cast.
Let's quickly get him on. No, I'm joking. Oh
Tapper,
man.
I hope you're watching.
Dude, I've been waiting for Tapper to cast an Evoker for a while now.
I don't know if that's such a good idea.
Oh man.
Oh man, but yeah, Evoker could actually do very well though in this against the lineup of underdogs though.
I was actually thinking Underdogs needed the Invoker, funny enough. Quaswex potentially
Yes.
should do alright against Viper if he goes the Exhort build. Obviously you don't know what they have, but I was thinking that Underdogs should have picked it up. But from the side of Grim, I think it's alright. It obviously gives you
Yeah.
it lanes alright against Queen.
Yes.
But
Ooh.
oh man, they go Lina.
We got
Okay,
a
so I
Lina.
suspect that's a pause for Queen of Pain.
Wow, this
Yeah, because it's
this is
Link.
a lot of damage, coming, like magical damage coming from underdogs. So, oof, yeah, it's gonna be rough. I think underdogs have the slight the upper hand early game, especially when they reach those level 6, all the ultis and a couple of items. I think they should have the items the item timing should be before the Wraith King and that will come online. So,
Yeah, look,
um,
I'm worried. I'm worried about the lineup from Grim because I think, as you mentioned, the timings are a bit
yeah,
later, right? And I think
yes,
them picking up Lina, I mean, just push their timing so much quicker. I mean,
yes.
once Grimstroke has ulti, Lina's going to want to fight every single time that thing's off cooldown.
Mm.
Double Laguna Blade, always going to be
Yes,
great.
definitely.
Um,
Yeah,
does Omni slash double? I don't
I
know about
don't.
that.
I don't think so. I would think because you do start with a single, but you do have to target somebody. So
Hmm.
I don't have a double, so I haven't tried
Yeah. Well, I
that.
certainly know that there's not two juggernauts at the end of it.
No, 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 definitely
'Cause yeah, every time you
not.
just get more juggernauts. Uh,
Awesome stuff. But yeah,
alrighty.
it's gonna be a bit rough for Grim. I think in the beginning, the
Yeah,
beginning
initially
stages
it
is going to
will.
be very
Yeah.
rough. But I think once Wraith King comes online, I pretty much think they got it in the bag then.
Yeah, we'll see. Look, I'm
We'll
interested
see.
to
Yeah.
see what kind of build they go. I think
Mm.
it's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think with that, Crispy, do you want to do the
Yeah.
interruptions?
All right, I'll try to do the interruptions. I'm not very good at it though, but
Alrighty.
I'll try. Okay, right. So on the side of Grim, on the Wraith King, we have Joshing. Wow, trying to say that 5 times fast. On the Oracle, we have Filthy Casual. On the Evoker, we have Ado, Ado. Sorry guys, if I butcher the names, I'm so sorry. I really don't mean to. But on the Tusk, we got Acid, and on the Viper, we have Way. All right, just crossing over to Underdogs. On the Axe, we have Lizard Man. Zan Lizard Man. On the Grimshark, we've got Twaksaki. I love that name, Twaksaki. On the Juggernaut, we got Trinity. On the Queen of Pain. All right, as we see a pause, Queen of Pain, Ghetto Smurf, and Lena with Link.
Awesome
Right.
stuff. Yeah, no, I think.
Sorry about the butchered names here, guys. I really
Yeah, I
don't mean
think you
it.
got most of them. I think it was only just joshing you
Wow, yeah,
kind
that
of
was
stumbled on.
yeah, that was like a huge tongue twister there. You got me there.
Alrighty. While we
All
wait,
right.
guys, let us know in
Yeah.
chat who you guys think is gonna win. Just
Mm.
hashtag and put their name.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think it's gonna be a close one. Grim or Underdogs. It's gonna be
Mm.
a good match. We do actually see something interesting here, Crispy. We see that the
What's
Red
it?
King. Well, we actually see all five of them sitting top here from
Mm.
Grim.
Well, they got a lot of first blood potential, so
Mm.
I mean they got the lockdown. Actually, two lockdown. Depending on what Tusk goes for, does he go for the snowball? Does he go for the shards? They got quite a bit of lockdown and could actually go for first blood. Depending who comes top. At the moment, we're looking. It looks like Juggernaut is it. Juggernaut can be brought down quite easily in at level 1.
I see
Uh,
Tusk went for tag team there, which is quite
well,
good.
that's actually good. Yeah, I mean that's a good slow.
Yeah,
So,
look, it's a good level 1 skill, but funny enough, they have no way of stopping. Like, I mean, Jug can spin and run away.
yes,
So that's why I was thinking maybe shards could have been good.
yeah,
But obviously he wants tag team for the lane.
yeah,
Viper's
no,
gonna want to
definitely.
tag team down people.
Definitely. I mean, you also never know who's going to come, who's going to show their face here. So, I mean, going with tag team, just for I mean, slow can help quite a bit.
100%.
But as it looks like, I'm not going to contest for the stop bounty though. It looks like Grim is just going to take it. I mean, it looks like both teams are gearing up for first blood, but it's just on the opposite end of the maps.
I mean, that seems to be the trend. I think, you know, I remember when bounties first came out, it was a bloodbath. People would go nuts for bounties. It was like they were worth like 1,000 gold each. Which, you know, in fairness, they're worth a lot. But, you know, I mean, when they first came out, people didn't quite know how valuable they were.
Yeah, no, the bounties was just like, we need to get it.
Yeah, it was like, if we don't get it, we lose. You have to get it. Like, throw everyone at it. Lose 3 heroes if we got it.
I'm just looking at bottom lane. A Viper against Axe. I think Axe might just have a little bit of a rough lane.
Yeah, I actually like that they did this. I wasn't sure if they would do this, but Viper dominates against Axe. And
sorry, I just have to interrupt you. We have a trial in top here, and there's a lot of aggression going on to the Tusk. Tusk might just want to get stunned up, and that's your first blood on the Juggernaut against the tri lane versus tri lane, and it looks like Underdogs are having the upper hand on it.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, Spin Inkswell, I mean, yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, most of their stuff, you know, gets stopped by Spin. So actually, look, I still think this is good. I think, you know, leaving the you know you're going to win this bottom lane. So, I mean, look at this. You know, Axe just can't lane.
No, Axe can't lane in this. I mean, he can't even go creep skip if he wants to, you know, creep cut and all that. Like, I mean, Viper will just follow him. Just right click. There's absolutely nothing this Axe can do at the moment against this Viper.
Yeah, look, I do think they're going to suffer a bit in this tri lane, but it should be alright. I think, you know, look, I think the game is going to come down to how this tri lane pans out. And I think they both have strong tri lanes, so...
Yeah, definitely. We see Juggernaut start coming through on the Juggernaut now, another time, but unfortunately he's just going to spin out of it. And that's the thing, they don't have lockdown for this Juggernaut. If he spins,
but he still tanked a bit there. He still tanked, you know, obviously he spun off a little bit of the damage there, but, you know, he's got to be careful though, because if he gets chain locked down, you know, once the snowball comes out and shards and stuff, he's in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, I think they need to bait out that spin and after, you know, commit one stun at least, because they got, I mean, if the snowball comes up, they've got 3 potential stuns.
I mean,
so
in
they
fact,
can bait one out.
They can just go on these supports. I mean, you know, Queen of Pain has no... Queen of Pain does have Blink, but, you know, Grimstroke, easy target. Very easy target.
Definitely. But yeah, I think this is the lane to watch. I mean, you can stand up again, but I just want to just go quickly to the mid lane. I'm looking at the Invoker versus the Lina, and I mean, the Invoker is doing a good job. He's 11-4-6 against the 6-4-1 Lina at the moment, and looks like she's having a bit of a rough lane. A tornado going to come through now, just going to harass a little bit. But yeah, I think this Invoker is going to have a good lane mid.
You know, I think you're right up until this point. I think when Lina gets like level 5, Invoker's just going to have to leave. You know, because he hasn't gone Exhort. So he does have to sustain because he's cross Wex. But you know, those waves are just going to do so much. You know, they're going to come out thicker, faster, more damage, and you know, 1/6 hits as well.
They're going on to the Grimstroke. Grimstroke's going to try to get a stun. It's not going to come through. Spin going to come through and do a lot of damage on these heroes of Grim at the moment. They're going to go on the Tusk. Tusk going to get a lot of damage. I might bring him down. They actually got denied. What?
Filthy casual, just being filthy with that denied.
Wow, you filthy animal.
Very well done on his side there, because I thought Tusk was a goner there.
Yeah, I also thought that right click was coming through from the Juggernaut, and I'll just instantly denied from the Oracle. Well played there, though. Well, very well played.
100%.
Yeah, jeez. Okay. But yeah, this tri lane, this is the lane to be. I don't think we need to actually go anywhere else on the map at the moment. Because the action is going to be.
Look,
yeah.
I was just saying, I do want to watch this mid lane somewhat. I think it's going to be, you know, when these heroes start, like specifically Lina hit 6, you know, that's when you potentially will see the Grimstroke or the Queen of Pain rotate in there. Oh, the D-Ward's coming through. They're actually going to try and initiate here. It could be going on to... Actually, they might change targets here. Oof, man, they're just a lot of back and forth. I'm just waiting for them to initiate. But they have to be so careful because, you know, obviously if they snowball in, Spin is just going to be on top of them.
Yeah, but I mean, like you said earlier, they can just go on one of these supports. They've got potentially 3 stuns. As the snowball come up, yes, snowball is up. They got the Oracle stun. They got the stun coming through from. Actually, they're going to go on to the Queen of Pain. Now she blinks out. She's taking a ton of damage. They do bring it down, but here comes the spin now from the Juggernaut. Going to bring down the Tusk. Do they chase this? Oh, Tusk comes through. Do they have enough damage to bring down the Juggernaut? No, it doesn't. He's going to be able to go behind the tree line. He's going to turn his stage into Oracle. Oh, the burst damage coming through. Going to bring down the Juggernaut as well. What?
Man, okay.
What?
I mean, funny enough, that was a reasonably even trade, but this Wraith King didn't die, and he's farming
Yeah.
pretty well in this lane
Yeah.
compared to that Juggernaut.
Oof, but I mean, it just comes down to the lack of lockdown on the side of Underdogs at the moment. They can't really do anything. They rely on that burst damage from the Queen of Pain, which she doesn't really have at the moment. The Grimstroke also, with that Stroke of Fate also does a lot of damage depending on how many creeps it goes through. So they've got some burst damage, but they don't have the lockdown, which is actually hurting them at the moment.
I think just the burst damage is just too much from Oracle and Tusk, and even Wraith King to an extent. If he crits, I mean, we see Axe going down bottom. It looks like Viper just popping off there, committing the ulti, and that's what I was saying. As the levels come in, Viper is just gonna dominate this lane.
Yeah, I don't see Axe coming back into this lane. I would suggest it goes and tries and jungles.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
look, I think he needs to jungle, and we see a bit of initiation.
Did they manage to bring down this Wraith King? They do manage to bring down the Wraith King. Someone going to come through just to try to disrupt aggression, but unfortunately it's going to be a bit too late. So, I mean, did I hear a squeak?
But I mean, they had to get that kill. I think if they didn't deal with Wraith King, he was going to be a problem for the rest of the game.
No, definitely.
So, I think that's a good kill. Maybe force him to go jungle.
We see Oracle just rotating mid. Yeah, the one looks like I want to go onto this Lina, but she's playing it very safe. Not going to come past that river. Just staying on the high ground on the way in there.
I mean, killing Lina is going to be tricky, but Invoker's doing well. He's sitting at the highest net worth. Highest last hits, and he's already got that urn. He's almost got phase boots. So he's gonna hit it early timing, and funny enough, I thought he might go cross
they're going on to the Wraith King again. Sven coming through, gonna damage taken, but his silence up, so he can't really return the damage from Queen to the planes. Just gonna blink in and to pick up the kill. They turn attention to Tusk, and now just gonna right click him in a little bit. But yeah, that's Wraith King down once again.
Yeah, I mean that's what they needed to do, and they're doing it consistently now. I mean, if I was Wraith King, I would say go jungle. Axe.
Yeah.
I mean, you see Axe is shoving out the wave, and I'm assuming jungling, but I think Wraith King's gonna have to follow suit. I mean, this lane just got very dangerous for him.
Yeah, no, especially now. I mean, he's got no ATP for 7 seconds, so he's gonna run back the lane now. He's gonna miss out, but they're gonna go onto the Oracle now. Oracle taking a ton of damage, trying to heal himself up now. Task also taking a ton of damage, and they're gonna bring down both their supports. TP coming through now from Evoker, the tornado with what can they throw? Well, there's all the mana, but they stand up as well. Can they bring it down? They do manage to bring down the Juggernaut.
Man,
it's not a bad trade. I mean, it's okay. 2 supports for a carry.
I think that was definitely worth from Invoker. I mean, he picked up the own charges from that. It was the Juggernaut kill, which I think was incredibly crucial. And I mean that's he's gonna obviously get those charges and make more plays. So I like that. I like that.
Definitely, very well, well rotation, nice rotation coming through from the Evoker there.
Alrighty, but we see that this Viper's still popping off here, sitting with he's obviously 1 for 0 with almost 50 last hits. He will get that 50th last hit there. And he's going for the magic build. I like it.
For top lane, they're going straight onto the Tusk again. Tusk taking a ton of damage. Should they chase on the tower? Oh, nope. But the Juggernaut's taking a lot of damage, but that doesn't look like they're going to chase him. He's a bit too quick at the moment.
We do see Wraith King just picked up his ulti, so maybe he can actually stay in lane now. But I mean, the same goes for Juggernaut. He's obviously got his ulti. Just needs some mana. He does have 6-1 charges though. But yeah, I mean, interesting lane this back and forth.
Definitely. I mean, this is what you kind of expect from a tri lane,
Yeah.
That's just going from a caster's point of view. You just want that action to go back and forth the whole time.
Yeah, no, I'm actually intrigued, and it looks like that is kind of breaking down. We do see Axis coming bot. Lena's got an invis here. Does have Laguna Blade. Doesn't have a lot of mana, but it looks like Axis is going to go for the call. The stun is there. It looks like Lena is going to commit, but doesn't have ulti. Is bottling, I think. No, there's the dunk. But it looks like Axe will fall.
A ton of damage as well.
Oh, he survived! He survived! Oh man. I don't know how he survived there. He was taking a ton of damage.
Yeah, he was taking very, very fast.
Unfortunately, it was probably just that level 1 ulti just not lasting long enough.
Yeah.
Or not having enough burst damage there.
Alright, but I mean, they salvaged the bottom lane a little bit, but top lane, yeah,
Oh,
we're gonna
Omni
see
Slash.
the Omni Slash, and immediately saved by the South. They're gonna go to the Invokers here now as well. Just gonna chase everybody away. They turn their attention to the Juggernaut. Juggernaut running into the wrong direction. Gonna block him
what
up
a
now.
shot!
That shot was amazing. Just blocking him in there. But now actually gonna get a call. Unfortunately, gonna miss the call on the Invoker ball. Snowball gonna come through onto the Lina. Lina rotating him now. We've got Pain jumping in there with low health. She's gonna get through the all, but the ulti coming through from Lina just gonna bring down the Tusk.
I mean, Axe is. I mean, sorry, Top is popping off right now. I'm not sure for which team though. Oh man, this is what it would be like if Dota was just one lane instead of 3.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
I'm surprised they haven't brought out a game mode like just one lane and 5v5, just go down one lane and go crazy.
Oh man. Yeah, look, that would be interesting. I think, obviously the complexity would drop in terms of
yeah, cool. Going on to the Wraith King, Bull Match, you're going to silence. Oh, he's going to get brought into the snowball. Going on Axe now. But here comes the Juggernaut. Juggernaut's going to start right-clicking there. Nothing, no spells can make their shots. Just going to block him in a little bit. But yeah, I think that's just going to be it. There's no other action happening. Just a little bit of,
Well, we're seeing a bit of action mid here. It looks like they're going on Lina here, but it looks like Queen of Pain actually blinked in is the one that's in trouble now. And yeah, that Ghetto Smurf is just in trouble here. Oh, has a Fairy Fire. Oh, but
oh
man, nice try. And top lane, it looks like there's a bunch of shards.
Oh, the shards! Oh, but now they might just potentially, the Wraith King might be in a little bit of trouble here. It's starting to come through from the, no, Grimstroke. Here comes the Snowball. Snowball's going to be pulled in way deep, but no one there to help out there, so silenced up on the Wraith King. But they're really not going on the target here. It's just everyone's just running around circles at the moment. You can't really find a target to initiate on. Axe is still just standing in the front, starting to come through onto the Grim. Axe still just in the middle of everything here. What the attention to the Wraith King. Standing Inkswag gonna come through with the Snowball, just gonna save him onto the Axe. Axe is gonna try to run out now as well. There's just no one's converting anything at the moment. It's just like right click.
Yeah, look, I mean, that obviously Omni Slash was down there, so Juggernaut rightly just sort of didn't want to commit too much on there.
Oh, Axe getting caught out there with the shards, but there's no follow-up, unfortunately.
I mean, the scary thing is, look at bottom. I mean, look at mid.
Yeah.
I mean, from the side of Grim, they're farming, hey? They're in farm mode.
I mean, because all the pressure's on top. They want to stop this Wraith King, which I kind of think they have to a certain extent, but they're giving up their mid tower, they're giving up bottom tower. And I mean, just to try put the pressure on this Wraith King, which semi-worked, but he's still doing alright.
I mean, if you look at their last hits, I mean, Viper on 82, Invoker on 72, Wraith King on 62, maybe they need to rethink this maybe. Committing on top is a bit, maybe too much. Oh, it looks like they're actually going to go for this. They see they're trying to go. There's the silence. The spin's there. It looks like Tusk is going to be in a lot of trouble here. Can he get the Snowball off? Oh, it looks like he will fall. There's a scream from Queen of Pain. But they're going to have to potentially change targets here. Oh, there he could get a double Omni Slash. He goes for it. I'm not sure if there's 2 Omni Slash, but they will bring down the Omni. I mean, the Oracle there, in fact, forcing a buyback. Ooh, but they lose Axe and Lina there. Must have been in the other lanes there. I'm not sure.
Yes. Yeah.
Oof.
I think Viper killed the Axe again, bottom.
I mean, Ado or Iado or whatever just popped off there, but they're Ado. Awesome stuff. But yeah, he's got a Spirit Vessel already, so I mean, that's brutal.
This might be a dead Jug. He's gonna spend a lot of damage coming through as well. The Tusk is gonna fall. There is another life onto this Wraith, and he's gonna come back now. The burst damage coming through from Nova, gonna bring down the Juggernaut, but now gonna pain a little. She's gonna try it out. No blink. Oh, the burst damage coming through. The Grimstroke also taking a ton of damage. He's gonna fall. Wow.
I mean, that was a lot of damage coming from those crits and those false purifying flames.
Wow. Holy crap. I mean, Oracle, I mean, you don't want to underestimate Oracle. I mean, Oracle is very, very squishy, but the damage that Oracle can output is unbelievable.
Yeah. 100%. But look, I mean, they still got a couple kills there themselves. Oracle had to buy back earlier. And in fact, it looks like they're making a play onto this Viper again. We'll see if they can get this Viper.
They need to. Viper is just out of control at the moment.
I mean,
You
he's
can see
sitting with
TP out.
TP boots and a rod of ATOS. I mean, he's having a
Wow.
cracker of a game so
Yeah,
far.
but no one's really like razzed him. Okay, he got picked off by the Lina rotation in at bottom. But since that, like no one can stop him. He's just been farming like crazy.
Look, I like this pickup. You know, when they picked up this Viper, I thought, you know, there's some good. This is a reasonably good counter to some of their cores. You know, obviously it will fall off to a Juggernaut and probably a Lina once Lina gets like BKB. But yeah, I think for until then, it's you know, go time all the way for Viper.
I mean, we see the three cores for Grim is like on top of the last hits at the moment. So yeah, they do. But like I said, they had the early game up.
Invoker. Sorry, Invoker actually picked up Queen of Pain there in the rotations as well. Just coming, but they can't get him.
Ooh, yeah, but like I was saying, Grim have the early game up hand. Well, I lie. I said Underdogs have it, and they're just not utilizing it at the moment.
Yeah. This whole tri-line scenario was a bit of a tricky one. Grimstroke just gets obliterated. But yeah, I agree with you. I think you know, Grim should have had the late game in my opinion. I think this Quas Wex Invoker is what changed it. You know, I think it was very greedy in late game if they win Exort. But they obviously went for the Quas Wex to offset that. You know, they don't want to be too late game. You know, they need to. I mean, you saw his rotations. I mean, those were early rotations. You know, he's got the Spirit Vessel. He's going straight BKB. I mean, that's as early as you get for an Invoker.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at this Wraith King now, I mean, he's got another kill going for Viper.
Yeah, this early rod just. I mean, Queen of Pain's never going to get out of that, unfortunately, as a pos for Queen of Pain.
Yeah, this Wraith King, he's got his Echo Saber, he's got you know, he's got the armlet, he's got his dreads up, and all. If you look at Jack, he hasn't really got anything. He's got his face, but he's nearly got his. He's got his Diff Blade now. But
look, I like Diff Blade, but you're right. It's not quite on the same level of farm.
No.
But you know, he's building the right item in my opinion. He just needs, you know, to pick up some farm here. You know, I would say he needs to fight with his team actually. I don't think he can just farm jungle. He can for now, you know, but in the next couple of minutes he's got to group up and join the team.
I mean, he's actually quite far behind like this Wraith at the moment. I mean, he's only set on 90 last hits, right? He's 116.
Oh, we're seeing a bit of initiation here to Lina.
Ooh. Yeah, they got the roll. Oh, yeah, no, they're just gonna nuke out and backline. Here comes Omni Slash now, but he's always does it now. Ulti gonna come through from the Grimstroke. They're connecting on two, but there's no follow-up damage. Viper is here now. He's gonna start right over. Here comes the scream from Pop. They're gonna manage to bring down the Viper, the big man itself. Do they manage to bring anybody else down? They're chasing. They're right-clicking this Wraith King. Wraith King has his second life, but I mean,
they can turn this.
The call, 2 seconds, you will probably see it come through now. Tornado EMP coming out as well. Actually gonna get the call. No, he does not. He actually does, but he's taking a lot of damage. Invoker is also taken, but they do manage to bring down the Queen of Pain.
Oh, and Invoker gets deflated up. He's in so much trouble.
Oh, but now the Juggernaut's in a lot of trouble. Against 3 years, I don't think he can do much. The uppercut's gonna come through from Tusk, and it's gonna bring down.
Man. Yeah, he got punched into the sky, man.
I mean, Juggernaut, he got 1 kill, right?
No, he got the Invoker. That was a big one. That was a.
He didn't get any kills here.
Well, the Grimstroke technically kill sealed it with Inkswell, but I mean unintentionally. But
it's kill secured, man. Kill secured.
But you know, not terrible. They had to kill the Invoker, you know, because Invoker was popping off, and they just need to buy time. Because I would say with the Quasvis Invoker, they have a good late game. In fact, oh look at that Tusk! Oh.
This is stunned for days, but now Queen of Pain gonna be very careful. She blinked in for this now. But Wraith King taking a lot of damage. Here comes the Ash, gonna call. This might be his first life down, but here comes the Viper strike coming through. Is it gonna be enough to save the Wraith King just critting there, but I don't think it's gonna be enough to kill the Axe. Nope. Axe is gonna run out of there, but yeah, Wraith King a lot of trouble. Oh, but they managed to bring down Queen of Pain first. This Wraith King is still not falling it, they managed to bring down Juggernaut as well. The Wraith is just running away with like little to nothing.
Wow, I can't believe he survived there. I saw a couple omelet togglings coming through there, but man, that was crazy.
Wow.
I
mean, these teams are just on the next level.
I mean, they just going for it.
Wow.
Like, I mean, they're not non-stop going for each other. It's good to see, though.
Yeah, definitely.
But I do think the side of underdogs, they need to slow it down a bit, though.
Mm.
You know, they had a good start. You know, it was a bit even, but it's slowly falling out of their favor here with a bit of
Yeah.
a gold lead going to the side of Grim.
I think Axe needs to go for that. He might be going for Blink Dagger. He's got enough for it if he's going for it.
Yeah, there
but
you go.
I think Axe and Quap need to make a rotations and at least get us single pickles at the moment.
Yeah, I think you're right. You know, I like the fact that they've got that blink up now, but you know, they need to be careful about these initiations because you know you got to get the initiation onto like the Oracle, the Invoker, or something like that because you know. Look at this. Viper's in front there. He's not the target. You can't go on him. You know, because he's now got that Dragon Lance as well. And almost that Hurricane Pike. I mean, he's going to be hard to kill, especially with an Oracle sitting behind him.
But other than that, I mean, he also just sits back while Wraith King runs in. He tanks the damage. He just sits back, just spams his Nether Toxin, poison attack, and all that. And it's just no one can focus him with coughing on a lot of range. She gets netted up, and she's not going to be able to get out of there. Was she able to blink out? Ooh, luckily she does, but here comes the snowball and preempt snowball onto her, and they're gonna bring us. Do they bring us what screaming to come through? But now they're gonna bring down the task. Is it gonna bring down this Viper? Viper's gonna come through onto this Juggernaut. Juggernaut taking a lot of damage, gonna bring him down. They do manage to bring him down.
Viper survived that.
What? I don't understand that. I mean, that snowball was just they they just put that time is so well as the cop blinked out. But yeah, EMP gonna go down onto the Grim taking a ton of damage on this Evoker. He's gonna try to install himself up.
Oh man.
Lina a lot of doubles now. She gets netted up with the right kick coming through from the Viper. Axe coming through. Good call. They change the target to the Axe now, but do they? Well, Axe are in a little bit of trouble. They don't need attention, but Axe is just gonna fall now. I mean, they can't stop him. They just can't stop Grim at all at the moment. And now Lina also taking a lot of damage, but she's gonna be careful here. The Oracle is still hunting the tornado coming through, gonna catch her with the EMP. Oh, this is really a Lina at ease.
Yeah, 4 points in that Purifying Flames is doing so much work in all those kills there. And yeah, that's not good for them because I mean, you know, Wraith King has pretty much got Radiance on. He's gone back for that Radiance.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's a Radiance game, but they're far enough ahead where they can go for it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I think, you know, unfortunately, they don't have a way to counter this right now.
Not at all. It's really, really tough. Like, and it still comes to the side of the lack of lockdown. They got the lockdown, you know, with the Grim Stroke, with the Axe, with the Lina, but that's all. I mean, you kind of need Grim to be stacked up for that to make an impact.
100%.
And Grim is actually doing a great job not getting caught in these, like, you know, getting like 2-man or 3-man calls or Lina stuns. And they're just doing such a great job of just splitting up, and I don't know, they're just playing very well. Very well.
One of the things I was thinking about is, you know, it's hard actually for Axe to play this game because, you know, if he gets like an amazing call onto 3 people, you know, he gets the Oracle, he gets the Invoker, he gets Tusk, so there's no saves, but then Viper just Nether Toxins, and, you know, all his damage is gone.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's rough. It's rough.
It's a tough one. I must say I've liked the lineup from Grim here. I mean, you know, obviously there is a Juggernaut that can pop off. He is going for a Mask of Madness, which is unfortunately a bit late. But yeah, I mean they have the scalability, but it's looking a bit rough right now.
Yeah. I mean, I think Axe needs to go for something like a Blade Mail or something.
Obviously, it looks like Link is in a bit of trouble here. It looks like he's gonna fall. Yeah, he does have the heals, but I don't think he wanted to. Oh, he didn't pop it there, yeah.
No. But top lane, I mean, they just taking this tower. There's nothing that can stop this race to get them moving.
Yeah,
unfortunately, they got the blink call onto Axe. They're gonna catch one. Here comes Omni Slash as well. Jump around. They managed to bring down the rating once, but there goes the Axe. Axe taking time damage. He's gonna fall. Juggernaut standing in the Nether Toxin and taking all the screen coming through. You're gonna do a little bit of damage just to chase him away, but they're just gonna reinitiate. I mean, all the big ultis are down now. They can just return this fight. But it doesn't look like it. It looks like they just want to take objectives with 2 men down on the side of Underdogs. They can just take this tower quite easily and possibly the rats.
Yeah, look, they got Aegis still. You know, Viper's funny enough the one sitting with it, so, you know, he's low, but he can just keep doing this, you know?
I mean, the big ult is all down now for at least 100 seconds. So they're gonna go on the Quap. Get Quap actually get out. Oh, she manages to blink out just in the nick of time before the EP. And here comes the snowball, gonna bring this. That's quite deep. He's gonna get sized up, but yeah, he's fine. He manages to get all the way back to his teammates.
Yeah, this should just be a Rax, and I think they might just back out after this. You know.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, they're a bit low. Tusk doesn't have much. They need to spend their gold as well. You know, because they have a good net worth lead, but they need the gold to actually use it and utilize that damage.
No, very well played from Grim. I mean, very disciplined playing as well. Not just trying to go for the kills. They got their objectives, backing off. You know, farm up a little bit more. I mean, they're firmly in the driver's seat at the moment. The only way, I don't know, I can't say that's the only way, but I think Axe, he manages to get the Dusk. Saves himself from that! From the dunk, what? Oh, the play's coming through from this Dusk. That's just crazy. There's a amount of damage coming through from the Wraith King now is,
I mean, yeah, no, he's popping off. I mean, with the Radiance, obviously you get that plus 60 damage to your right clicks, and then when he's critting with it, I mean, we saw what happened to an Axe there. I mean, that was wild.
Yeah, but I mean, this Dusk, man, this Dusk has been doing like great stuff with that snowball. Yeah, you know, I mean, he had a good couple of saves, saving himself from the dunks. I mean, wow, that's how you play Tusk. That's how you play Tusk.
Look, I mean, you know, Tusk owes Oracle a bit there for saving him as well. I mean, you know, he probably would have died there.
But I mean, Axe is down. Axe is back now, but he's got to be careful with his Radiance. That's going to cancel his blink, so he's got to be careful.
I mean, they could just continue going here. I think they still have Aegis, probably not for too long here, so maybe you can just go for a bit more aggressive plays. Oh, in fact, we see the Grimstroke ulti coming out. Oh, BK being popped. There's the brilliant call. 4-man call!
With the call with the screen from the Queen of Pain. Wow. But that's not over here. Well, they managed to bring down but the Shang is in the wrong place at the wrong time. They're going to bring him down as well. Only person to fall, the hero to fall on the side of Grim at the moment is only the Tusk. And they're going to go straight for the tower. They're not worried about kills.
Objective gaming.
Yeah, objective gaming. I must say, this is something, you know, the SA community needs to learn a bit better. Shots fired, I'm sorry guys.
Nah, kills are more fun, dude. Like,
Alright, but yeah, I mean, it's looking very dire for Underdogs at the moment, and it looks like Grim's not done it. They're gonna try to go for more. I mean, there goes the Grimstroke. I heard the poison. I mean, oh yeah, we're going on the Lina. She's safe in the fountain. I mean, that's 2 sets of racks down now.
Yeah, and they could probably go for a third. I mean, we just saw BKB coming out onto the Wraith King. I mean.
Oh, yeah, no, that's okay. Well, now the Aegis is done, but yeah, I mean BKB. I mean that's Viper's really got his BKB up as well, and once they got that up, it's gonna be they're virtually gonna be unkillable.
Yeah, look, I mean, I would say they're gonna have to just get. I mean, I would say that they got an amazing execute there on bottom, getting that amazing call. You know, they got the Queen of Pain ulti. There was a bunch of damage coming from Lina, but they needed to be even better. You know, which maybe they can. Oh, but it looks like.
Oh no, Queen of Pain.
Oof. Yeah, that rod is just doing too much. I mean, it's ruining Queen of Pain's game right now.
I mean, what have you got to lose? I say just everybody go Blade Mail now.
I don't know, dude. I mean, I think it's challenging because they're not tanky heroes. It's not, you know. Obviously, Queen of Pain. Funny enough, there is a good build with Queen of Pain with Blade Mail, but you know, it's not about outputting that return damage.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna get this Rex. They're probably gonna get this level 3. Oh, my game's frozen a bit. Sorry, my game's frozen.
That's right. Looks like they're trying to go into this Wraith King, but there's the Tornado EMP combo. In fact, yeah, the Spin just gets that off in a bit of a standoff here. Neither team actually committing there, but they did commit the Grimstroke ulti.
Yeah, sorry, my game just froze and kicked me out.
That's all good. Not too much has happened as yet. They're still trying to push mid here. Just cleaning up those waves. In fact, there's initiation onto Grimstroke. He did commit buyback. Are they going to continue for this kill, though? He does get forced back into the base. But it looks like they're just losing their buildings here. Wraith King, the call onto 3. The Inkswell was there. Can they bring down some more? No, the Snowball gets all of them into there. And it looks like Axe is the one that's going to fall. It looks like, man, Juggernaut as well. But they do get Tusk down. But they need to be careful here. It looks like Wraith King once more. And nah, he's just going back to buildings. They finish up the range racks. Looks like that melee racks is also in trouble here. And GG is called.
GG's called.
Yeah,
oh
Sector
man, that's
17.
Damn it.
Oh man. But yeah, tough game. Oof.
Wow.
I think
Yeah, no,
well done
that
to
was-
Grim though. You know.
Yeah, well done to Grim, but yeah, it was very rough for Underdogs. I mean, we said because of the drafts, we said they had Underdogs had the early game advantage, and unfortunately, just not using it to the full potential and allowing. I mean, that try lane was a little bit of a, I think might have been a little bit of a mistake on their side, just contesting that. Giving Viper free range bottom, but also Revoker was most of the time mid as well, alone mid, getting all that form up. But yeah, it was rough. It was very, very rough.
Yeah, 100%. Look, funny enough, I like the draft that they did from Underdogs. I think one of the challenges was that threw them for a loop was the lane switches. You know, because you know, a more like a very good team or a very pro team, I would say. I wouldn't even say like top SA teams do this correctly. But you know, the tier 1 European and NA teams, you know, they know how to deal with those things. You know, they know which lanes they need. They know how to swap efficiently. You know, and I think that's what was missing a bit. You know, obviously that's something they can work on. Look at this match, be like, you know, this is a unique scenario that happened. But if it happens again, they're going to be slightly more. They're going to be more prepared for that. You know,
no, definitely.
And you know, I think Axe just had no game, and you know, I don't think there was anything he could have done to change that. You know, it's just one of the things. You know, Viper versus Axe.
You can't leave Axe against a Viper solo in the lane. I mean, he needed some form of support, you know, to get that farm. I mean, if you had an earlier blink dagger, earlier blink dagger timing, they could have maybe made some plays, you know, getting some pickoffs and all that. But yeah, just that Viper just destroyed him in lane, unfortunately.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, I mean, looking at the next match, you know, obviously things that can look out for is potentially banning out that Invoker. You know, I think he had a very strong game. You know, obviously it was complemented by the Viper and the Wraith King and, you know, the Oracle and Tusk and stuff. But, you know, in terms of his efficiencies, I thought was very good. His combos were good. He was slightly off the mark on the Deafening Blast a bit here and there, but overall, very strong play from him. So I would say that's something they may have to just take out.
I mean, you might see some respect bans coming through, or like, you know, bans that just don't want to play against because that game was very, very rough. They might even take out, you know, the Tusk. The Tusk played very, very well. It got a lot of saves. I heard in the last fight there as well, he saved 3 people and all that in the snowball.
It was very good. I think Tusk is one they can potentially leave in just because it's not the most meta hero, and you know, they don't have to draft all these like bursty skills that can be dodged. You know, they went for the Lina, you know, they went for the Axe and stuff like that, and that stuff can all be dodged, you know, by Tusk. You know, just pick up some beefy heroes that just want to fight. You know, Tusk is never going to really, you know, for example, Tusk is never going to man fight a Wraith King. You know, every time he snowballs him, Wraith King's going to go, okay, cool, let's brawl. And he's just going to start hitting you. So, like, you know, that's something they can keep in mind as well. If they're not going to do that, if they want to go back for the Linas and the Axes and stuff, ban Tusk. You know, I think that's just has to happen.
Yeah, you make sense there. Nah, I fully understand what you're saying there. But I mean, it is the second game. I mean, it was just the first game. Unfortunately, they got a little bit destroyed there with that lineup. But now they know less. They know more or less now what they can expect from Grim. So we see Grim is what I got from that game was that they kind of aggressive. They play very aggressive. Not aggressive in the sense as like, you know, they're just looking for fights, but they take fights which they know they can win and. I don't know if Underdogs have picked that up or not. And I don't know if they're going to try to play around that or not. It's difficult to see. The thing is, as the Underdogs, what you come out of that game with? What kind of strat could you go for against Grim?
I think they just need to go for. They need to stick to their basics and fundamentals. You know, get strong lanes, maybe stick to duo lanes.
Yeah.
Even if they commit to a tri lane, win your other lane. Just
Mm.
sacrifice a hero in the tri lane a bit, and win your off lane.
Yeah.
Because one of the things teams do when they decide to go for a tri lane is they pick a counter for the other lane. Like they
Yes.
pick the Viper to go up against Axe. But
Mm.
if you go, okay, we've got Axe and we've got what was like Queen of Pain. All of a sudden, Viper can't lane there. You know,
Yeah.
Even though Viper counters the Axe, but now there's two heroes hitting you at
Yeah.
level 1. You're
Yeah.
immediately out of lane. Like
Yeah. No,
there's no
definitely.
hero that's gonna change that.
Yeah, and that's the thing that could have changed as well. They saw the trial lane was going semi well for underdogs. I
Hmm.
mean, they got some pickoffs on the Red King and some of the supports, but they should have rotated at least one of the supports down to because I knew Axe was having a rough time. I mean, that was the first tower to fall as well bottom. They could have rotated someone down to help Axe out
Yeah,
and just make more carefully in the safe lane. But
hundred
unfortunately, they
percent.
decided to stick with the with the tri lane, and yeah, it didn't really work out in the end.
Yeah, look, man, it's such a weird one because and I say this, I very cautiously because and I know these teams are very good, but I think most South African teams don't know how to deal with that kind of a situation,
Mm,
and
yeah,
I don't know always. I just know that fundamentally you've got to be able to sacrifice heroes and win other
yeah,
hero like matchups, and I think
yeah.
um that's something you have to. Uh, it can either work or not, right? Like
Mm,
they committed to the tri lane, it didn't work. But
yeah,
at what point do you go, okay, let's win the other lanes, not the tri lane? That
yes,
means you're sacrificing your juggernaut. But if you're
mm,
winning your Lena match and your Axe match,
yeah,
I mean, the other team's going to be thinking, flip, should we still be tri laning? We're losing the
yeah.
other lanes, like.
Yeah, that makes it that's a good point you bring up. I
Yeah.
mean, you need to know when to cut your losses. And like a
Mm.
top lane, we try lane, it's not working. Yes, we got one or two pickoffs, but it's still not working. We're getting picked off more than what they are. Let's go help the other lane. Axe is suffering bottom. Let's just rotate the support down there, help him out. Maybe we can still salvage that lane and get the
100%.
pickoff on the Viper a couple of times. And but yeah, it's all you got to have that mindset to it and how like what you want to do. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's going to be interesting. Looks like the
yeah.
teams are almost ready to jump into this game too, guys. The first match was going towards the side of Sector 17 Grim. They played a very consistent and strong game. But
Mm,
Underdogs did well. It just obviously at the mid game it started to slip away, and they're
mm,
going to have to figure out what they're going to do there.
mhm. No, definitely. I mean, I think nothing away from underdogs.
Mm,
They did play well.
mm.
It's just unfortunate they got with the Wraith King and Wraith King going late game against underformed core heroes. That's not a good thing.
Yeah, look, he had the space, he got the farm. I
Mm,
mean, he was farming well in the tri lane. You
mm,
know, I mean, at the end of the day, I think Wraith King is a good tri laner. So, I think that was,
yeah.
and it was good at obviously surviving their burst damage.
Oh yeah,
So,
definitely.
I thoroughly enjoyed the draft coming from Grim.
Mm,
I think underdogs just need to, take a step back and, go to some, basics.
yes.
Lockdown, get a bunch of lockdown, ban out some of the key heroes they were worried
Mm,
about, like maybe Tusk or Invoker,
mm,
and stick to duo lanes, no matter what your opponent does. Because I think a lot of times you go, oh, the opponents are doing this, we have to do something about it. Maybe just don't do that.
yeah.
Stick to duo lanes, and it kind of puts them in a weird position where they expected you to try lane verse them, but you didn't. Now
Yeah.
they're in a position where they got 3v2, and it doesn't feel
Mm,
as efficient.
yes.
You know.
Yeah. I don't know. We will see what they come back with now. I mean, they bit in the they bit in the frying pan at the moment.
Yeah.
so
Look, this
it's
is
do or die now. This game.
yeah.
I mean,
It's effectively a best of one now
yeah.
for the side of for the teams.
Mm,
Obviously Sector 17 Grim, if they lose this, they got another game to play for. But underdogs, they got to pull off a win here.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think they can. It's just the previous game they were just lacking a couple of things.
Mm.
So, but we'll see. We'll see. It's by no means over just yet.
Alrighty, it looks like we're still waiting for these teams to ready up. But yeah, this is a best of three. This is going to be the second game, and yeah, I'm interested to see what happens.
No, no, me as well. We'll see what happens. I wonder if we're gonna see, if we're gonna see like a different draft again. Because I mean, that Red King draft was something to see. I mean, they kind of draft around the Red King.
Hmm.
That was awesome.
100%. It looks like we are going to be jumping into the second game, guys. It is Sector 17 versus Sector 17, technically, but Underdogs versus Grim from the same organization, so it's going to be good.
Oracle ban from Underdogs. Straight off the bat.
Look, that hero is a first phase ban always in my mind.
Yeah,
dude,
definitely.
I've played a lot of Oracle recently, and I don't know how many games I just win because it just outputs so much damage. It's not even about the save. Like
Yeah.
you can just win lanes. I mean, you saw what he did there in that lane. And he's not a good tri laner, but if there's someone stuns someone and you just burst and burst, I mean, you're gonna kill someone.
Oh yeah,
you know.
definitely. I mean, he's such a troll hero as well. I end up killing my own people, my own teammates.
Yeah, no, that's very that is something that happens quite a bit. But another thing that they did from the side of Grim is they went for two tanky heroes with the Oracle that were in the same lane. So if you wanted to go in the Oracle, you've got to run through a Tusk and a Wraith King.
Yeah,
I mean, that's not. I mean, it's going to be tough.
They had the Queen of Pain to do that, to jump the back lines or all that, but I mean, once she jumped the back line, she didn't have enough burst damage to get the pick off, and then she would just die like straight away. So it was rough. It was very, very rough.
So it looks like some stable bans are coming through. We saw the Venge getting banned up previously. Snapfire, Willow also were banned previously. So I think these teams know each other. And that's what's influencing these picks now. Or the bans, rather. Because, they probably we know these guys go Venge, Drow, and we just can't let them do that. And, we don't necessarily know that, but, they might have that insight.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but I'm keen to see what Underdogs pick up now. If they're going to go for more or less the same strat that they did the first game, I mean, well, the similar draft, or I don't know if they're going to change things up here. They need to do something. That's for sure. They need to do something if they want to stay in the upper bracket. So.
Look, I firmly believe simple will work for them. They didn't have enough stuns in the previous game. I think their lanes were a little bit too complicated for them to execute as efficiently. So if they do that, I certainly back them, and I think Witch Doctor is a good one for that.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
a very, very good laner.
Yeah, good laner, good team fight, has a stun. Wow, okay.
Wow, I know.
I mean, we saw it banned out previously.
Well, it's not bad. I mean, Pugner. I mean, you get maledict before. You get maledict before you go to Cryptify. You take a ton of damage from the maledict, so you gotta be careful.
I'm actually not a fan of this Pugner first pick. He's not a hero that likes to be countered. Let me put it that way.
No, definitely not. And it's a type of hero that needs to snowball early.
Yeah.
For him to make any impact in the game later.
His executions are hard, right? Because he doesn't have a stun, he's not naturally mobile, and in fact Clockwork is actually that's a good
Bugner's not gonna be happy in this game.
Well, yeah, look, I mean so first of all he needs a 4-star for this game, 100%.
Yeah.
He's always going to get hooked every time. Yeah. And obviously he's going to get out of Witch Doctor ultis and stuff. So it's a tricky one, but they decide to go for Undying as well.
I like Undying.
Undying is a 50-50 for me here. Maledict's good for him. He's obviously alright fighting against Clockwork. He's a very strong laner, and he's a very good meta pick, but again, no stuns. Tomb's pretty good. They don't have any good tomb hitters as yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, I suspect we'll see one.
We most likely will see some right clickers coming through.
Yeah. Let's see. So they've banned out the Void. I like that ban. Obviously, Witch Doctor Void is disgusting. Bloodseeker being banned
Bloodseeker.
out again. I think this is coming down to them knowing their opponents like
Yeah.
Bloodseeker. You know,
Yeah,
because
definitely.
out of context, it just seems slightly off for them to ban every single game.
Yeah.
Anti-Mage being banned out, that's alright. I know Anti-Mage is a kind of a weird meta. He's like a he's like a weird meta. He's in the meta, but he's not like so meta that he has a high pick rate. But
Yeah.
you know, if the funny thing is, teams have been picking him into strength heroes, which has been weird for me.
Yeah, but the thing is, with the anti mage, always you need a team that can provide that space, because we all know anti mage needs a ton of farm before he can actually make any impact. I mean, he can't join the fight. Essentially, can't join the fight within the first 20 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes. He can't, because he's just gonna die.
Well, funny enough, I like that ban because, you know, Pugna and Undying, that's what they do. You know,
Yeah.
like Undying can 1v2 essentially.
Yes.
You know, like he can zone out too while your anti-mage farms. Pugna can obviously push and apply pressure. So yeah, I think we may see a 4 Protect 1 coming from Sector 17 Grim.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, they got the 1 game up advantage over Underdogs, so they could be going for something different here. You know, try something different. But we see Drow,
okay.
which might just be what you were saying.
Yeah, good thing they got rid of Venge.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oof. Drow. I don't know. She does. I know. I mean, she does a ton of damage. So I don't know. We'll see. But we'll see. Medusa.
Wow. Okay, that's a tricky one. So this is weird. So I think Clockwork good against Drow. Drow good against Dusa.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I don't know late game though. I think Medusa's got late game, because I think Drow's damage falls off later.
No. Drow's damage actually scales up late game. But the thing is, you have the range with Hurricane Pike to out damage Medusa.
Yes,
like 100%. Yes. But the thing is, you know, you have the Clockwork. This is what's so weird about this is, you know, like Drow can't sit and tee off on a Dusa because Clock's just gonna hook you, and then Dusa's gonna run right up to you. You know, it's just absolutely.
I still give the upper hand to Medusa though. I mean, you know, if you get caught in the stone gaze and all that, that amount of seconds that you've frozen like it, and Medusa pumping damage into you, and with the Chaos Knight as well now.
Ooh, that's greedy. That is very greedy.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I like the draft so far, but this is looking a little too greedy for my liking. I think Chaos Knight's in a good position in the meta. He's seeing a lot more play recently. And I think, you know, he's good again. He'll be good against, you know, Undying. He'll be reasonably good against, not against Pugna, funny enough, because
Undying's up against 2 strength heroes now, the Clockwork and the Chaos. So that's very good for Undying.
Yeah, look, funny enough, the one thing is if Pugna gets Ags, I think he can kill Chaos Knight Solutions instantly.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So that's but
I mean, Lion does it as well. If Lion gets, she gets the mana drain too quickly, just, you know, kills the Solutions one time.
I mean, he can mana drain Hex 1 and boom, 2 are gone immediately.
Yeah. I mean, and if he goes for the skill where he mana drains 3, there's going to be no illusions for Chaos Knight at all.
Ooh, and there's Stormspread as well.
I like it. That kind of that's still a little bit of a greedy pick for me. Now, greedy lineup for Underdogs. I feel they can actually do, because Sector 17 Grim, if you look at the lineup, that's very, very squishy heroes. Okay, fair enough. They provide they got a lot of burst damage, but they're also very squishy. So if this game goes beyond 30 minutes, I think Underdogs will, you know, should have the items up and should be able to, you know, take the fight.
I think you're right. I'm just so worried because look at, you know, Sector 17 Grim. Their lineup is like super aggressive. Like, I mean,
they're gonna be in your face. They're gonna go for the single target pickoffs. I mean, you're gonna see which Dr. Clockwork. They're gonna die. They're gonna like fall very, very quick. As soon as the ulti comes up on Lion and all that, you're gonna see rotations from Pugna, Lion, possibly Undying as well, and they're just gonna go for the rotation kills, and they're gonna try and go for the big. I mean, Medusa won't be able to sustain that amount that amount of damage. I mean, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough.
Look, I like the fact that they're playing to late underdogs. I just think they went a bit too hard on it.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely. I would say instead of the Chaos Knight, maybe draft something. You know,
I would have liked
something
an
more.
Ursa. I genuinely would have liked an Ursa. I don't know. You know, obviously, you need someone that can play Ursa. Ursa's one of those heroes that can do nothing if you just don't know how to play him.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But you know, something like that might have worked. And
you.
Where do you put Dusa though? You know, who's their offlane? Is it Chaos Knight?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Yeah. I would assume it's Chaos Knight.
It will probably be Chaos Knight offlane and Medusa safe lane. That's what I would say. But now I don't know. But we'll see. Oh.
Right.
And now they just have the mobility. They just have the ability to get in and out. Oh, it's going to be so rough under the game.
You know, obviously Cogs is going to be still reasonably good. I think you know they've got Reality Rift and the stun from Chaos Knight. Obviously a pull from Stormstorm, but yeah, I mean, he's going to be a tanky boy. I think you know until like you said, 30, 35 minutes, maybe even 40 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, he's gonna be probably unkillable. You know, obviously they'll get the damage eventually.
Yeah, no, definitely. But if it gets that late, I don't think Grim wanted to go that late. I think they're gonna, you know, they're gonna get those pickoffs and force those towers. Force the issue on the towers.
I'm loving this Chaos Knight set. I didn't even know there was this like Griffin type thing.
I didn't know either, honestly.
Dude, that is so cool. I need to go give Gaben some of my money.
No, he's got enough money. I mean, 40 million and no TI.
Yeah, look, I'm looking at this Pugna one and thinking, what did they do? Yeah, I mean, look at Pugna's head, dude.
It doesn't look like Pugna.
Oh man. It reminds me something out of Oblivion when you went into that weird realm. I can't remember what it was. But I mean, this is crazy. I think we're going to be in for an interesting match. I think you know it's going to be decided by minute 20 to minute 30. You know, like definitely. Either one team's going to do it, or it's going to go an extra 20 minutes, and then the other team will win. So it's going to be interesting.
That's what I'm predicting. I'm predicting if this game goes over 30 minutes, I think Underdogs have it.
Yeah. And funny enough, I think, you know, Storm Spirit is a good hero this game. I know we didn't speak about it too much, but it is technically very good against Pugna. Good way of jumping Drow and Lion.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's very good against the Drow as well. I mean, if the Drow doesn't see you coming and you get pulled, and I'm almost sure that the Storm's going to go Orchid. Most likely. And, I mean, if you jump the Drow with the Orchid, there's nothing Drow can do.
The one challenging thing, though, is I think Pugna is very good against Storm in the lane. But it should be reasonably even. You know, slightly favored Pugna, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, please don't tell me they're going to go for a trial and top again.
I think they're just going for the kills, because
possibly,
we see that the Deuce is there. Someone's going to have to head back to Deuce. Deuce cannot solo lane.
No, definitely not. No, you will have to have a support come bottom. It will most likely be the Witch Doctor. Clockwork will probably stay up here. I don't know if that's going to be so good against... where's Undyne at the moment? Undyne is bottom. Alright, so if Undyne's bottom, it's not a...
heavily,
Yeah, no, they're looking for first blood here. They've not spotted anybody, so this will just be easy 2 bounties for them. It should be 2 for 2 trade.
Yeah.
Alright, now it's on, baby. Oh, jeez.
Oh, and I see Lifestealers rotating top, and that's gonna be... Oh, actually, no, what? Which Doctor staying top? No? They're gonna try lane top.
No, they were just waiting for their TP cooldown.
Oh, well, they're waiting for TPs. Oh, okay. No, dude, this is try lane top.
Ooh, okay. Dusa versus Centaur and Lion.
I don't know if that's such a good idea. Lion's just gonna harass the crap out of this. It's gonna drain her mana. She's not gonna have any mana shield.
Well, we'll see. I mean, Undying loves Trilance, so...
Yeah, but maybe let's go for first blood. Try to go for first blood and then maybe rotate it. We've seen teams do this. But I mean, it's Undying versus... If the Witch Doctor goes bottom, it's Undying versus 2 strength heroes. He's gonna have a fun lane.
100%.
But we'll see what happens here. I mean, at the moment, this... I honestly don't see this... This is not gonna work for Underdogs.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
You know, Undying's very good against tri lanes, but you know, if if they can kill him, you know, he's never going to be able to aggressively push on them. So
Yeah.
it could be interesting, but they have to make the plays. I mean, you just see that double 8 strength being stolen. I mean,
The thing is, if they want this to work, they need to kill this Drow over and over again. But I don't know how it's gonna work because now they're sacrificing Medusa. Medusa's gonna have a crappy ass lane here. I mean, look, she's getting stunned up and already taken a ton of damage from this lion. And she's gonna have a very crappy lane. And I mean, this is your core. You can't afford this to happen. So they need to make a decision here.
Well, funny enough, they are actually. I mean, Dusa is actually kind of getting a bit out of lane more than I thought she would, but it should get worse, I think, as this lane pushes out here.
Oh,
in fact, we see a bit of initiation here. It looks like they're onto the Undying here, and he does drop
Okay, well,
Trinity.
that's good.
Getting that
That is
first
good.
hit. That's what they needed.
That is good. Yeah.
I mean, we're seeing the rotations coming through, and I think this benefits Dusa now heavily.
Nah,
You know,
yes.
I mean, because Centaur's never going to kill a Dusa. It's just not going to happen.
This is true. So this is nice. So they got the kill with the Trilent of Grim has noticed. Okay, now we can't go against that Trilent. We're gonna rotate in one over another sport so we can counter Trilent this. Leave him with Dusa to farm against the Centaur, which Centaur, yeah, like you said, Centaur's never gonna kill her now.
We're seeing the initiation here onto Drow. The Edict is there, and this should be a dead Drow. Yeah.
Oh, this should be one. Yeah.
In fact, Lion as well. Wow.
Oh, the Lion might have got down as well with the clockwork of this rocket. Oh, just pick him up as well.
Oh,
Wow,
dude,
this is
Crispy,
looking-
I think they're proving us wrong here.
Yeah, they're proving us
trial
very
lane is
wrong, yeah.
working
This is-
very well.
But the thing is, they still need to do this over and over again, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
well-
it's looking good, but they need to carry on with it.
Look, they got a free farming Dusa now because they
Yeah.
can't pressure Dusa now anymore.
Nope. And I mean, they can't afford just to let the trial go like this, where they drow and Undying's gonna die constantly. So you see Lion come back now. Lion's got no
they
TP,
spotted-
so
They spotted Undying here. They're going to go for this. The stun's out there. It is a 2-second stun. The Edict is there. There is no
Maledict coming
coconut
through,
though.
yeah.
Oh, but Battery Assault is there. In fact, he just cogs
Oh,
in.
Cox. Yeah, no, this should be a dead Undying.
Are they going to
I
leave
mean,
it
he's
for
got no
Chaos
great.
Yeah, they will.
No Tombstone, nothing. So
Yeah.
I mean, we might see a little bit different thing once Tombstone's up. Because there's
Look,
not really much that can hit the Tombstone besides the Chaos Knight.
yeah, look, earlier on they should be able to deal with it. I think, you know, unless he's very good with his positioning of the Tombstone. But, you know, it's very easy to kill. But I'm not sure how good a Lion is in this lane, though.
No, Lion was good bottom. I mean, to stop the Medusa, he was good bottom. But unfortunately, forced to bring him up here now against his tri lane, and it's not going really well for Grim at the moment. As we see in the right click straights coming through, a couple of spells coming out. You know, just harassments, but yeah, no one really having an upper hand at the moment in this full engagement.
Yeah. But I mean, look, Centaur's having a good lane as well. Deuce is never going to be able to actually stop a Centaur.
Yeah.
So they do have that, and obviously Centaur's timing is pretty early, so you know, we'll see what happens there.
Although you say that Mystic Snake does quite a bit of damage to the Centaur.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 2 braces though, right? I mean, you know, that's he should be able to survive that. So you know, funny enough, it's probably going to come down to see how does Pugna do in this lane as well. I mean, we haven't spoken too much about it.
Top lane. Oh, they do manage to bring on the line again. But Cogs coming through, gonna catch on to one. But I mean, this clock is on so low on HP. They're gonna bring down the clock now. But I think that will be the end of it. Yeah, we've focused mid lane. Oh, Storm's for taking a ton of damage. Ooh, lucky he actually man. Ooh, yeah. I think Storm would have died then if he never got the electric vortex off.
100%. In fact, I haven't seen this build too much. You know, 2 points in electric vortex.
Yeah, that's usually what later. You usually focus on the static remnant and the the overload.
He's gonna TP. Is he gonna get it off? Oh, he will get it off. Unfortunately, he would definitely die there if he didn't get that off. In fact,
definitely, yeah.
actually, he could have decrypted and blasted Storm, because Storm doesn't have ulti.
Yeah, but he didn't know. He didn't know Storm was coming around there. So
100%. He probably saw the clockwork coming from this side here.
So he just wanted to get out. I still think if he killed the Storm, then he would have been done.
He's gonna go for the Storm. He has ulti. Oh man, yeah, and Storm can't lane now.
No, no.
Actually, wait, the Storm of ulti? Maybe once Storm gets ulti, you know, very.
Yeah, well, I mean, once he could get out of it, yeah. But I mean, once he decryptified, I don't think you can use a ball of lightning either. So
you can.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah, Yeah, it's not signed, so it looks like they are going to try. Oh, there's an initiation
top lane.
onto Lion here. Clockwork did pop all of his spells, but Lion will be able to get out of there. There's the Tombstone. Now they're changing targets. It looks like Clockwork's going to be the one, but there's a stun coming through. It actually hits the Lion there. Wow.
Yeah. But that's still bringing down the Clockwork there. But here comes the Chaos Knight. He's going to bring in the Lion. Lion might just die. Oh, the Soul Rip is helping him out there. And this might just be a dead CK, and CK will fall. Wow. Alright, see now it's not working for you. This is the time you decide, okay, rotate.
Yeah.
Maybe bring your two supports back bottom now and put pressure onto this center.
I think you leave.
To move.
Yeah, I think you leave bottom because you know you're winning the lane if this just continues. So I'm thinking, commit to it, but get a smoke and get the initiation.
Okay.
I think they can still kill people. They just mustn't go on Undying. They need to go on Drow or Lion. And then they can deal with Tombstone. They've got a bit more time to play around. It's not as aggressive because you saw how they were in a bad position there, and how hard it was for them to actually get the Lion.
Yeah.
They need to be doing the initiating.
I don't know. We'll have to see what Underdogs come up with, but I don't know. The thing is, they just can't let. Okay.
They went on to Pugna, but look, Pugna absolutely. Oh man, Storm just able to get out of there. But yeah, that was a rotation onto this Pugna. He's got 4 points in Never Blast and 3 into Recrap. That is scary.
You can't tell me this bottom lane. This produces. Oh, top. Oof. Yeah, the Tombstone. Yeah, see that this is not. It's not going well for them now. I would still say they're not winning bottom lane. They're not. This CK. There we go. This Centaur ult coming through. They're trying to catch this Clockwork. Clockwork taking out. They're gonna go under the tower. Constantly come through. It's just gonna jump around. Tower gonna start not right clicking them yet. We do see this the Centaur being brought down, but it was a rotation. But now that's what I like. I like the rotation bottom. But the thing is, the top lane is now starting to fall apart for Underdogs. Well, losing years, I say that Clockwork gonna fall, but they bring online. They do manage to bring online, but there's Pugna as well. Pugna gonna start life draining crap out of CK. CK slowed down to so much. Won't be able to get out of this. Now the Nether Blocks are gonna connect, but they're gonna bring him down. Do they manage to bring in everyone else? They're trying to look for the Witch Doctor. The Witch Doctor's gonna TP out there. Does he have enough time to get out? Yes, he does.
Yeah.
But that's why I say the top lane is now falling apart. Bottom lane, Medusa was not winning bottom lane as Centaur was still way above her in last heats.
Yeah, look, that kill was pretty good though for them. Yeah. Obviously Medusa is now mid against Pugna. Look at that! Oh my word!
Yeah, it's falling apart now for Underdogs slightly.
Yeah, I think at this point just shove out as many waves as you can. You got the late game. Storm's getting some farm. Obviously helped pick up that last kill. Maybe get a couple rotations. Your support tier is pretty strong. From Grim here, Underdogs, sorry. So they can, if they can make the plays with the support duos, it's going to be good. That's how they come back into the game. In fact,
I love the placement of that Tombstone. You can't really see it there.
Oh wow! Okay.
Clockwork just running straight into it, and he's going to get right click to death. He just stands here and knows his fate. Wow. Yeah, no, that Tombstone placement, man,
that is next level, eh? In the shop.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah, well, learned something new today. It looks like oh man.
They're going to wrap around here. It looks like they're going to wrap around. The Pugna's going to back here. He's going to drop the Nether Ward. Nether Blast coming through. Oh, the Witch Doctor. They add tower damage when you just try to do some. Stone getting something to do. Going to connect onto the Lion. Lion's going to take it out. He comes to the Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit is going to claim that kill. But now all his mana's gone, so he can't really do anything here. But this Medusa going to be careful. Cast up silenced onto the Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit just going to run with the Drow. Going to use some mana to try to get the kill on the Drow. Drow's going to manage to be able to get out of there. Here comes the Pugna. Pugna's going to turn onto the Storm. Storm's got no mana. Now he's going to run out there. Right into the Undying. Undying's going to soul rip him up and he's going to fall. Ooh.
What a fight.
So rough. Yes, Medusa tried to run in as well, taking a bit of damage. Maledict onto this Pugna. Pugna might just fall here.
Nah.
No. He's in the life drain. The creeps can get his health back up there. Probably see Centaur falling again, but here comes the Drow. Oh, they stun up the Medusa. Medusa can't get out there and she's gonna die. I mean, and now they're just picking this tower. I mean, this is an easy tower. I don't know. I don't know what happened where. I mean, Medusa was semi-alright. She wasn't winning bottom lane.
Yeah,
And she went out of lane and it's just gone downhill from that.
Look, I think it was alright bottom. I think she could have just laned a little longer. Obviously that kill was good. When they got that kill, Dusa should have just kept shoving the wave. Shove the wave from the jungle. You know, fighting is not going to work for her. She's just too weak right now. CK's almost got armlet, so you know they need that and then group up. But it looks like the grouping up is going to be on the side of Grim here as they bring down this Pug.
Oh yeah, I mean he's got 35 seconds on Stampede, so they're gonna be careful. But I mean Zeto just runs straight into that and he just gets nuked. Gonna catch the bug in the cogs now, but I mean just right clicking, here comes the ulti from gonna catch one, but I mean Bugner's just gonna decryptify him and the Nether Blast coming through. They do a lot of damage to the Clockwork. I mean, gonna bring him out. They got the Storms, we're gonna drag him in now, but they're gonna bring down the Bugner finally. But the Centaur is a little bit too tanky, so I don't think they're gonna get a kill on that.
Yeah,
here comes Storm, I say that, but here comes the Dyna. Now they gotta be careful, and they're gonna have to fall back because now there's two strength heroes up against the Clock. Clock is just gonna mount with that double edge. Tombs are gonna be dropped now, but they're gonna be careful taking some damage from the Medusa.
Oh, here comes Edict.
Oh yeah. Which doctor you could then as well? They're just gonna stampede out of it. Nope, they turn their attention around. I mean, it's just back and forth here. CK gonna run to rift in the line.
Oh, Lion.
Lion's probably gonna fall there. Yeah,
I mean,
definitely
good fight here coming from the side of Underdogs. I mean, you know, that's what they need. You know,
they really need that.
I mean, Storm's going Orchid reasonably close to that. I mean, we see CK almost has that armlet. Dusa, I'm not 100% sure what Dusa's going to be going yet, but working away to something. So they are reaching some timings. It's just you know, they need to get them. You know.
Yeah.
Oh,
hook shot.
Oh man.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, it's not the longest cooldown in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, Centaur gonna try to go for this Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor manages just to dodge the stomp.
Yeah, I mean, we see Dusa going to farm top. This is good. You know, this is what
she
they
needs. This is the thing. The team needs to create space for the Medusa. If they want to like, you know, go late game, they need to get that space for the Medusa to farm.
100%.
I mean, as we see, it's just being a little bit pleasant now. They gotta be careful. Witch Doctor. Ooh, Witch Doctor gonna get spotted there, but. Do they have on the tower? It looks like Bugler's gonna go on a life train and it's gonna cancel it onto them, but yeah, a lot of damage going through onto this Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor is still gonna miss it, but the backline they're gonna go on a Clockwork. Clockwork, ooh, finger coming through, gonna be on Rocket, and I mean they're gonna bring down the Witch Doctor as well. I mean, not scared to run under the tower.
I mean, damn, dude, they're so tanky, it's just unbelievable. And they got so much burst damage actually, which is something I wasn't quite aware of, you know, when the drafting was happening, but I mean, you look at the stomp and the double edge and like the soul rip and stuff like that. I mean, you know, obviously Pugna as well, but it's something that is just absolutely ripping them apart right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, like Witch Doctor is not a hero that likes to be getting soul ripped and double edged and stuff.
No,
you know?
Definitely not. But I mean,
he just can't.
They have the early game advantage. It's only 15 minutes in now, so they still got the upper hand on it. And they're using it well. I mean, they've been taking objectives. They got all tier 1s down now, doing some damage to the tier 2s. Getting a good couple pickoffs on the supports. Medusa's still free farming on top, which is good.
Yeah, look, I mean, they lost 2 supports, right?
Yeah.
It was I mean, it's certainly not the end of the world, as you mentioned.
No,
I mean,
definitely
Dusa
not.
almost has a Dragon Lance. If I'm not mistaken, they do have the armlet up. Yeah, it's on the way. And Orchid's, you know, literally just a recipe away. That's like 500 gold. So about 400 gold away. That's you know, that's a big item. That's good against Pugna, good against Lion. I would say it's alright against Undying. So you know. Oh, in fact, we see initiation here. Can they get the edict on? There's the edict. There's the ulti, and that's a tombstone as well.
But here comes Stampede now. They're gonna go on the Witch Doctor.
Jukes,
And
dude.
again misses the Jukes on the Witch Doctor. That's unbelievable. That's like the third full stop place missed against this Witch Doctor.
Oh, look at this. Look at the drought top. Oh, the Jose. Oh, he got baited so hard. They what a play. There's the stun. There's the ulti. And in fact, the TPs are coming in, but they're a bit late now. But yeah, that's 2 quick pickhorse there. I mean, it was a tombstone, and dying, drow. I mean, this is the stuff they need.
Yeah, no, definitely. This is what they need to do. I mean, all the time it used to be free format until they tried to do a rotation on that. It didn't work. They managed to bring down the drow. They managed to bring down Undying. Two big, good heroes to get to pick off. So, I mean, yeah, it's looking good now for Underdogs again.
100%. Yeah, there's that Orchid coming out. We know the armlet's out there. And yeah, so I mean, look, they need to do something here. They only have a 4K lead. In fact, it looks like there is a bit of initiation here.
Medusa. Oh, CK, the Sector17 is going to run straight into the barrage, but he comes back up. They've lost everything, but in the background high tech. Storm's going to come through. He's going to go straight on the line. Line's going to try to manage right now, but that's all his mana gone now, so he's got to be careful in the Cryptify. Do they manage to bring... Oh, they manage... Yeah, the clockwork does fall, but they're trying to go now onto this Medusa. Medusa taking a lot of that. She's forced to use the Stone Gate, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough. She's going to be brought down. Followed by the Unlord... but I'm dying. But yeah, Wagner going to get silenced up. I'm still doing a lot of damage here, but there's not enough mana on the Storm to do anything, so he's got to be very careful. So does the Witch Rock, they get it, the Cryptified Owl, the Nether Blast is going to be there, but they managed to bring it, the Storm there with the CK now, and they're going to bring down the Pug.
Yeah, good fight. I'm thoroughly impressed with that. I think, that's what they needed. I mean, they just killed Pugna, they killed the Tombstone again, they got Undying, Centaur, I think, got away. He was lucky to get out of there. He had so much damage popping on that Edict, but, at the end of the day, it was fine. Storm Spirit's got a bunch of extra gold now. He's going for his Kaya. That Orchid, I mean, it was so key there. When he balled up here, he silenced the Pugna to stop draining, and then he killed the line like almost immediately. And that play was like game changing. They would have lost more there. I mean, they did lose Dusa, but I mean, at some point you do have to go for trades.
Yeah. It's still very well played on the side of Underdogs. But yeah, I mean, a couple more fights like that. I mean, at least the time's still ticking away. Ooh, Clockwork here. Oh, they managed to get the Wagner again. And what's the Witch Rock ulti coming through? Do they have enough damage to bring that back? Doesn't look like he's going to be able to walk outside. Coming through, the life drain going to come through now as well. And that's just going to be a dead clock. Unfortunately, there was no backup for the damage.
Damn, I thought he took so much damage for that edict. I thought he was dead there, so well done to Ado or whatever. Sorry, I'm probably getting it wrong, but very nicely done from him. It was a tough situation. He was probably going to go down there. I mean, he managed, look, the Soul Rub there, the edict, to offset the edict damage, he life drained to stay alive then. Oh man. Zan.
Oh no, Medusa's in a lot of troubles. You're gonna get stunned up for days, and she's no ways out of that.
I mean, there's a Dagon on. There's a Dagon on this Pugna.
Oh, there's a Dagon on.
Yeah.
Oof.
It's Dagon level 1, but he's going for the Yules next, but he's probably gonna go back to finish that off, and I kind of like that.
I mean, the Cryptified Dagon does rough on the damage.
Yeah.
Oh, Storm, we gotta get out of there. I mean, Big Tech already up for the Centaur. What is this? No, the control is so good that the Storm couldn't not jump out of it.
Yeah, look, that's the power of Line. Line isn't the best laner, but I mean, Hex is one of the best spells in the game. It is literally the best. You can't use items, you can't use spells, you slowed. It does everything. So there's only 2 points in it, but that's all they needed right there.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, that storm that can't go anywhere is a useless storm. So
yeah, but
very good job.
I mean, I love the blink from Centaur. It wasn't an immediate. Like he was like, Stormspirit's gonna hang around there, try and make another play, and then he was like, bam, and he got it. And then it was like, good kill. It was like, Stormspirit was in trouble.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, it's still early. I mean. I still feel Grim need to finish soon. Yeah. I mean, we've got CK. He's bolted towards now. He's the Echo Saber. He's got his armlet up. Still, that's not heavy items. I mean, the means heavy items, but he's getting towards his items. Medusa, gonna be finished up. Looks like she's going for Yasha. Probably gonna go into a Manta.
Look,
But I don't know. We'll see.
they've got good high
Yeah.
ground. You know, they've got a
Yes.
Deucer, they've got a Storm Spirit. You know, obviously Cogs is quite good high ground, so you know they got to be careful here.
Mm.
You know, if you feed a couple times high ground, it is just over.
Yeah.
You know, so they need to be very careful here.
Oh, we'll see what happens in the next couple of minutes. Is it 20-minute mark?
Oh man, Deuce is in trouble again. Should be able to get the ulti off here. No, there's the stun. He could have gone for the hex though if you wanted.
She might actually get out of live on that. They're gonna avoid it. The rest of the team is gonna rotate in now. Ulti gonna come through from the line finger, the grip fly, everything, you name it. It's not gonna be enough. Well, actually gonna be more than enough to bring down the Deucer.
Look, at this stage, you know, Deucer has to try get out to get some farm, but I mean, they're going to be hunting you. They are. There's no reason they won't be. But I think
surely they know there's vision here now, though.
Yeah. Look, I don't think Deuce is going back to that lane for a good while.
No, definitely. You mean you need to farm? You need to farm under the wards. Unfortunately, if you can't take that chance, well, unfortunately, I think she needs to take the chance. Actually, she needs to venture out to, you know, potentially to unwatered places and try to get the farm up, but it's gonna be risky.
Yeah, 100%. We do see Storms hanging around middle. I think he needs to be careful. I mean, you know, that quick initiation and he's dead. You know, forced off Gust and you know, Storm's dead.
Yeah,
we see.
Oh, shot missing from Clockwork. But Storm Spirit gotta be careful, and no nice silence up the Pugna taking some damage here, but the rest of the team, then silence coming through, not connected on the Storm, so the Storm gets some zap around here, but there's so much coming to stuns for days and everything, but the Clock's gonna be the first of all, ulti coming through for the Witch Doctor, doing a little bit of damage, but until they're gonna bring down, actually Pugna, they're gonna bring down the Undying as well. Can they bring down anybody else? The line is so low, but he's gonna turn around, they're gonna bring down the CK. Now the Charles is gonna right-clicking, ulti gonna come through from Medusa, but Medusa has not enough damage. I don't know if she's gonna be able to fight this. Doesn't look like it. And she's gonna be the child blink forward straight onto Medusa. Storm coming through, gonna be stand up.
Lion.
Oh, it's gonna fall. But they do manage to bring down the Medusa as well. I mean, that's a team wipe.
Yeah, that's an ultra kill for this Drow. I mean, Drow's the one that's gonna close this game out for them. So I mean, that was what they needed. But they did lose a few. They lost the Pugna, they lost the Undying, they lost Lion. I think Lion got a bit cheeky there.
Yeah.
A little cheeky play there, trying to get that hex off. I mean, but
I feel Medusa should not have been involved in that fight, honestly.
Well, you know, it was a little too late. Like, you saw funny enough, it would have been good if she was there very early, because then the teammates would have been there when they were stunned.
Yeah.
But you know, I think once the fight developed, she should have just not gone for it, maybe.
There was no way she was gonna kill the Jarl and the Undying.
Yeah, and the Centaur.
Oh, I mean Centaur, sorry.
Oh
Ooh,
man.
we see Clockwork getting picked off again.
Yeah, Pugna's looking very. I must say, the mid player from the side of Grim he's been popping off in both games right now.
Blink straight, double edge straight onto the CK, but Medusa easier now. Yeah, no, he's just gonna back off. Grim's just gonna back off there.
100%. We do see a bit of an aggressive buy coming. It looks like they want to smoke up and go for the play. It will pop on the CK though.
Yes. Clockwork bought back to this, so I don't know if they want to do anything.
It looks like they want to.
They can't. That tombstone is just in the awkward place at the moment, so they can't really go on anybody.
It should be dying though. Yeah, there we go.
It should be. Yeah, it's gone now. But I mean, they're already taking the tower. They're taking the tower. They're gonna back off now.
Yeah, they should be looking for a Roshan right now.
Oh boy, bottom tower's getting hit.
I mean, do some up again in 10 seconds. So gotta be very careful.
What? They're gonna get a bit faded here. Oh, Clockwork! He tried to hook, but he died before the hook even came back to him.
Yeah. That's a bit rough. That's a bit rough.
I think the technical term is that's a yikes.
Wagner gonna use himself up to prevent the stun from the Witch Doctor, and he should be out this fine. I don't know. I mean, what do Underdogs do to come back into this now?
Look, they're farming on the Storm. I think Storm just has to get a Yules. I think, you know, once Storm has Yules, the fights become a lot easier. I think CK has to finish this BKB, you know, Deuce has to finish off this Manta. You know, each of them need an extra item here, you know, because they're unfortunately not farming fast enough. But if they, we see initiation onto line, it looks like he gets the Orchid. This could be an insecure, and that is what they need. But, you know, lines are worth enough. They need to find others here. But
I mean,
they
I'll
will
take a
use
rush now,
Motion, yeah.
so. And I'm gonna straight into the Drow. And Drow, I don't believe has Drow. Drow has actually died twice, so.
Yeah, look, they've got the catch. They've got the heroes that can jump Drow, you know. So
Yeah.
I think in terms of the heroes to deal with the heroes from Grim, they've got the counters. They've got the heroes.
Yes.
They're just, you know, as we said in the drafting phase, maybe a bit too greedy here. I mean, they are reaching that point where we're 25 minutes in. You know, they're getting a couple items. So yeah, well, I mean, we're gonna have to see if they can push high ground. I think that's the key thing right now.
That's the question. Can they push the high ground? I mean, they got the damage. They clearly got the damage with the Drow and you know,
I mean,
not a damage to the building. But the thing is, how is the defense gonna be on Underdogs?
Yeah, look, Storm Spirit's so good high ground, and so is Deucer. So you know, they need a pick off, or they need a force a fight. You know, like. And by the looks of things, they're looking for a pick off.
I'm just going for a little bit of a warding mission at the moment. I mean, Underdogs can't leave their base now.
Yeah, look, the other option is they just farm. You know, that is another option. I personally don't like that, but that is what the pros do. You know, they even if they are able to go high ground, they won't do it just you know, because they know they can like get 10 times the farm. In fact, are we seeing initiation? Witchdoctor walked a bit too far there, and he will go down.
I mean, that could be the pick off they need just to go, you know, start pressuring these tier 3s now.
Look, 30 seconds. You know that if in fact they're gonna start the fight. This is what they got a catapult here. I would say they should go for this. You know?
Yeah, I mean, start doing some damage.
Keep that catapult alive, guys. Oh no! I mean, in fact, Lion's like, I'm gonna kill it, dude.
I mean, Pugna, why aren't you your Nether Blast? Like, Nether Blast down.
Look, I do think it will regen, because there's no backdoor. I mean, there's backdoor.
Oh yes, there's no creeps out. There's no creeps at the moment. Yeah.
But yeah, he could have been a bit cheeky there. I think. Yeah. You know, he certainly could do it now, and there it is. We see the Nether Blast come through. I mean, look at that damage.
It does a ton of damage, but I gotta
in fact,
be careful.
I would like Centaur. Centaur, just stand there and tank the tower hits. It'll kill it even faster. I mean, you know, they don't. This is a very crucial moment in this game, so they do need to be a bit careful.
No, but I mean, Underdogs can't allow this either. I mean, this shock is going to mount again, but I think this might just be the initiation they were looking for. Dooms are going to come through. Here comes the ult from Deuce as well, but everybody's just backing off, so don't think about that. They might just reinitiate now with the ult in down. They jump immediately, going to miss the stomp onto the Medusa. But now they're in the base, so they need to go for. They need to do something now. I mean, Antias is going to run the backline there. He's going to get the reality rift. They're going to take some damage. Clockwork's going to come through as well, but here comes the soul rift. Going to keep this. Antias coming through. Going to pick up the Clockwork, but now the CK is in a lot of trouble. He's going to fall as well. He's going to buy back as well, but Stormsword is going to fall as well. This is looking so rough for Underdogs at the moment, and this was the opportunity Grim was looking for. As they take the tier 3 now, and they're going to just start taking the buildings. They're going to jump straight on the Medusa. The Medusa can't do anything in the middle. Ulti up, no mana for it. She's going to fall. Ulti coming through from the Witchdoctor is not really going to do anything. Silence going to stop it in as well. Oh man, this is so rough.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that is probably going to be the game. Obviously, they might have one fight left in them, but I saw something super interesting in that fight, Crispy. I mean, the cheeky decrep onto the tombstone. I mean,
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, they were trying to kill it. Deucer was going for it, and unfortunately, just the decrep, and then no more. I mean, tombstone's there, you know. So I mean, I've never seen that synergy, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's actually well done. But I mean, yeah, no, I mean, all the big ultis down now. I don't know how Underdogs are going to defend this.
Yeah, look, they have CK ulti. I mean, that's probably the Storm Spirit will be up. So I mean, you know, they could potentially go for this, but it is going to be a tough one. I mean, there's probably one last fight left in them.
Yeah. Oh, alright, well, tier 3 gonna final tier 3 gonna drop. They're just not gonna worry about heroes at the moment. They're too tanky, so they're just gonna eat buildings, do a ton of building damage. And I think that's just gonna be mega creeps. I don't even think Underdogs are gonna try to contest it. That's already just good game. GG.
Yeah,
being called out. They know they can't do anything about it. And well played to Grim, though.
Yeah, unfortunately, mega creeps, it's not gonna happen. You know, they didn't have enough farm to deal with them. But yeah, Grim consistent. Very good play.
Yeah.
I must say I've liked their drafts. I think, you know, in terms of the mechanical playstyle, I think Underdogs is there. I think they do have the skill. I just think they're a bit greedy with their drafts. Maybe
Yeah,
something they
I
can
don't know.
reflect on a bit. But
I think I don't I hate to I don't want to call any teams out because I mean I'm not even I'm not a good player myself, but just while watching it, I think they prioritize the tri lane too much, and they kind of don't realize when it's not working anymore. And then I mean Medusa, I don't know what happened. Medusa bottom. It looked like she was doing fine. They got a pick off on the center. She rotated somewhere, and it just fell apart from there. I honestly don't know what happened,
yeah.
but yeah, I think they prioritize the tri too much, and they just can't tell when it's not working anymore. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's a strat or it's something new that we're trying this game.
No,
I don't know.
look, you're right, and I think, to your point of like, the teams need to look at that and stuff, and I think you're 100% right. This is where you figure these things out, these are the matches. So, I like to see this kind of stuff. I don't want to see the same stuff. This is exciting. And we spoke a bit about it in the beginning before this match started. Let's see some new heroes. Let's see some new stuff. And I think we successfully got that. We didn't see one
definitely.
Sven. I mean, I can't be more happy about that. I mean, obviously, I think,
we got to see some. We got
to see some. Sorry.
No, sorry.
All right. Okay. No problem. I mean, but yeah, no. I mean, we saw some new stuff. We see some good strats. I thoroughly enjoyed the tri lanes. Obviously they need to just refine and figure them out a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think overall very well done. I think Sector 17 as an org can be proud of these teams, and I think well done to Grim for winning that and keeping the upper bracket alive. And maybe we'll see another Sector 17 match off, face off.
Well, I would assume so. I think it's like 4 of the teams in this tournament. So
yeah. And I mean, specifically Underdogs Grim. I would like to see how Underdogs progress in this tournament. I think they have the potential. A couple of their players are very good mechanically. I think they can just tweak a bit of their drafting, and then they're
Oh no, definitely.
And then they're in a completely different space.
No, definitely. I agree with you fully there. I don't have anything against the way they play. It's just like I said, they just need to just figure a few things out and not prioritize the tri lanes.
Yeah. No, I think look, tri lanes. I mean, that's difficult. I can't even get that right. But there is a place for it. You just got to figure it out. They just need to, like for example, that the way when they got the rotation from line, I was like, this is gonna work. But unfortunately, Undying is technically very good in a tri lane.
Yeah.
And we started to see it as he got more levels.
Yeah. I mean that lane started just going horribly as soon as I think he got like level 2 in like the tombstone. I think it was like level 3 grave DK. I mean, Undying thrives with that DK. I mean, the more stacks he gets, the more unkillable he becomes. So
yeah.
But that's when I suggested that they rather, Medusa's having the right lane there, just rotate down and help her out more. Like, she wasn't winning the lane, but she wasn't dying either. She was getting the farm. But like I said, I don't know what happened after the kill where they picked off the centaur. It just seemed like everything just went downhill from there. I honestly don't know what happened, but yeah. I mean, it's still a good series. Well done played to both teams.
100%. Very nicely done to them. Guys, that is the match done and dusted. 2-0 to Grim. Sector 17 Grim. So well done to them. And thank you guys for tuning in today. We will have some more matches for you guys tomorrow. It will only be one best of 3 tomorrow. There is 2 matches, but only one is being streamed. That is just due to some scheduling issues. But yeah, guys, so I think with that, thanks for watching. Thanks to our sponsors, FineTech and Rebel Gaming, and thank you, Crispy. I think it was a good series.
Yeah, no, cool. That was awesome. Thank you very much for having me again. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Awesome stuff. Thanks, guys. We out of here. And we'll see you tomorrow. Cheers, guys.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. you.